Welcome to Dark Docent. My name is Jake. Join me as I guide my friend James down the paranormal rabbit hole, attempting to prove the authenticity of a new case each week. Today's case: the Miami Mall Aliens. How are we doing today, James?
A little sore, but pretty good. How are you?
We've moved up in the world from sleepy to sore. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, it's a long weekend. I've had some time to catch up on sleep, I suppose.
Mhm.
Also, not that late yet in the evening.
There you go. Lucky you. You got to start drinking more. It'll make the pain go away.
Yeah?
It'll make the pain go away, and then you'll just reflect it onto me during these episodes.
We're talking about physical pain, not emotional pain.
Right, never mind. Got something to make you feel better, though.
Food?
No. Today is our 50th episode, my friend.
Holy, it is.
Yeah. And with our 50th episode, I've said on our socials a few times that we got some big things coming. So today we can announce those things. We have officially opened up a Patreon, and we've opened up a Shopify store. We have merch now that you guys can go and buy. And also, you can go to our Patreon and support us there if you feel like supporting us anyway.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, I hate asking people for money, but people seem to like us. So if you want to throw a few bucks our way, we throw up some bonus episodes on there. And also, we give you, our Patreon members, a chance to vote on your scale from 1 to 5 on what you think the episodes are. So if you're into that, we'll put all the links in our description. Also, before we get started, I would like to thank Matt from Paranormal Directive 13. We were a guest on his show, and we hadn't had a chance to thank him yet on here.
We were. Good guy.
Good guy. Fun episode. We did an episode with him on the Van Meter Visitor.
He's from New York, right?
I believe so.
Hey, I'm walking here.
All right. Well, he was a good guy. He probably won't talk to us anymore. That's fine.
What's the matter with you?
Well, we did an awesome episode on the Van Meter Visitor, a very perplexing cryptid, and it was a really good case and really well researched by him. So thank you again, Matt.
Yes, thank you.
Now, James, because this is episode 50, I wanted to bring you a big case. And boy, I have something huge for you. And I'm very excited to present this case to you.
Maybe today's rating we should give out of 50 instead of out of 5.
No.
All right, well, we'll talk about it later.
Because then you go like 37.54 and I'll be like, please describe to me exactly what that is. And I'll be beyond confused.
We'll flesh this out later.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll come
do
back.
It live.
Fuck it. Do it live. Well, with that, James, I got a story for you. January 1st, 2024, 8:30 p.m., Miami, Florida. People are outside the Bayside Marketplace ringing in the new year. They've got Christmas money to spend and hangovers to recover from. When all of a sudden, people begin to hear screaming. When bystanders look to where the noise is coming from, they see mobs of people running from the Bayside Marketplace. Sirens follow soon after. Convoys of police cars speeding down towards the Bayside Marketplace. Civilians in the street can see a large police presence. That's very obvious. But it's the witnesses in the surrounding apartment complexes that get the best point of view to really gather the scope of things. There are an estimated 150 to 200 police cars surrounding the Bayside Marketplace. The area is shut down for blocks. Every policeman available from Miami and surrounding municipalities are at the Bayside Mall. This is the largest police response in Miami's history. The next day, people are expecting to see all the updates on what happened, phone videos, news reports. But they're met with radio silence. Until later on January 2nd, the Miami Police Department said they were responding to a group of about 50 teenagers fighting and setting off fireworks, and 4 kids between the ages of 14 and 16 were arrested. When this statement came out, people began to question it immediately. The largest police response in Miami's history were for a group of teens fighting and setting off fireworks? And out of the 50 kids allegedly responsible, only 4 were arrested? This created only more questions. And that's when witnesses of the event had the answers. Witnesses claim that they weren't responding to teenage mischief. They were responding to an invasion of 10-foot-tall alien shadow beings. This is one of the most perplexing and intriguing events of the 2020s. Think about what that takes in. James, we are finally investigating the Miami Mall aliens.
Yeah, I have heard of this one. And I've been waiting eagerly for it, as you know.
I had it clocked at number 50 since we started.
You know what's probably going to happen? We're going to record this, and then we're going to find out more stuff after with all these released files.
It's actually happened quite a bit, where I brought something to you, and then a bunch of other information comes out, and I'm just like, I'll just get fucked then, I guess. Gives everyone a chance to come to my channel and be like, you got this wrong.
So Miami Aliens episode 50.5 redactions coming out soon.
You heard it here first. So I know you've heard of this case.
Yeah.
People who've listened to this podcast know that you've heard of this case because you've brought it up before when guessing what we are doing during the show. What do you know about the Miami Mall aliens case?
I know it was a bunch of teenagers shooting fireworks off in the mall.
And that's about it?
What else do I know? I know that, like, I've seen just a small handful of clips, like a couple.
Mhm.
And it's always from the same angle outside, and it's just like a line of police cars going down the street. I know that it was said that, oh, it's 10-foot tall aliens or shadow beings or whatever. I've heard that there's portals that they came through and that other people from the CIA or something came through to round them back up.
Mhm.
I know there's, like, for New Year's Day or Eve or whatever, a gajillion people. There's, like, no footage, which is impossible.
Yes.
No mall security cam footage.
Mhm.
Everyone's always on their phone recording, especially for something like during New Year's. Buildings all around, and there's just like, oh, it's just the same one angle of a blurry, grainy film that looks like it could be fake with something kind of smudgy outside that looks vaguely like a 10-foot tall bean.
And that's pretty much the summary of everything we know about it.
Yeah.
And for those at home, since now we have video portion to this podcast on YouTube, at least a little bit,
Kind of.
we have actually something moving on the screen now. Here is a picture of what it looked like outside the Bayside Marketplace.
The flip phone I had in middle school could take better photos than that.
This is a clip from
A
a
video,
video
yeah.
that's been zoomed in. So that's why it looks like shit.
Clearly, it's from a very high building, considering we're looking down over top of palm trees way down below.
Yes.
And you can see about 30 cop cars all in a line.
I estimated about 60 out front there.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. We know for a fact that this is the largest police response in Miami history. That's a fact. We know that.
Yeah. And there's no doubt that it... Is there any doubts that it even happened?
No, there's no doubts. It happened. We'll get into why this happened. I've been researching this.
Now I'm starting to get skeptical. Like, what if it didn't even happen and someone just made an AI video of a couple cars outside of the mall and be like, aliens! Everyone just rolled with it.
Okay. So we know that this actually happened because there were witnesses at the scene and the Miami police had come out and responded to this publicly. We know that this happened. We also do have some video from the event showing that something took place. That's true. So there's no doubt that this happened. But what exactly happened is the issue. So another issue about this is there's going to be a lot of information about this. Because when this came out, it was all over everything. And everyone was spouting information. Lots of it was just right out of their ass. They knew absolutely nothing. They just wanted to jump on the trend. Which is why I waited so long to do this one, because I wanted to wait for some actual information to come out that wasn't just people talking on TikTok.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing. Is like, I didn't, like, even though I wanted to do this, I didn't I also didn't want to do it because I knew not enough stuff was out yet, and more would probably become available.
Yeah.
So I hope some has.
A little bit, but it has slowed down a little bit. But that's okay, because that basically made me think, okay, this is what we have right now. And if something else does come out, it's probably going to be a little while after this. So here's some of the things that people say about this case. Some people say on other podcasts and videos that there was precisely 183 police cars. Some say precisely 128 police cars. Some say precisely 300 and something police cars. Not very precise if it's all different numbers.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
So we just kind of have like a rough estimation.
Between 1 and 300 police cars.
The more down-to-earth one is about 100 police cars, ranging to almost 200 police cars. It kind of bounces between those two, because I think, some cars are leaving, some cars are coming in, all sorts of stuff like that. Think about this, though. To most police cars, there's 2 cops to a car. So you can take that for, however many cars showed up with multiple cars, like, big vans and stuff like that, and how many showed up with just 1 person in a car. Majority, on average, 2 person to a car. You could say there was 200 to possibly 400 policemen at this event. For comparison, the Pulse nightclub shooting that happened 8 years prior, which was also in Miami, had about 50 police cars responding to it. And that was with an off-duty policeman on the site calling it in. So that was with a policeman in danger at an active shooting. 50 police cars. Also, another comparison, there was a shooting that happened 3 months after this in Charlotte, North Carolina. There was one shooter, Terry Clark Hughes Jr. There was a 3-hour shootout with 30 officials ranging from policemen, U.S. Marshals, Highway State Patrol, and Homeland Security. There were 4 fatalities and 4 injured, and Hughes was also killed as well. That was only 30 officials for an armed shootout. That is about 1/6 the police presence that the Bayside Mall attracted.
There's probably more police than we have on the island here.
Oh, 100%. That's an insane amount of police for this.
Yeah. 100 and let's just say 130 for a
Yeah, say an average
130 cop cars with 1 to 2 people per car responding in a mall.
Even if you take the lower estimate of 100, that's still twice as many of a response to the Pulse nightclub shooting, which is one of the deadliest shootings in Miami's history.
Yeah. That's a crazy amount.
Yes. And this was for a group of kids fighting and shooting fireworks off at each other.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Now, initially, the reason people think that there could have been this much panic is because people heard the fireworks and began to report it as gunshots. And because of the Pulse shooting 8 years prior, maybe they overreacted, which I could see.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you're in a mall, it's, in a closed space, things echo even more, and there's explosions. It's not even just gunshots, like explosions.
Actually, this is not an enclosed space. The Bayside Mall is very unique. It's like a semi-outdoor, semi-indoor.
Yeah, sorry, I keep calling it mall, you keep saying market, so I should say market.
People say Bayside Mall, Bayside Marketplace. I think the actual name is Bayside Marketplace. People also say just the Miami Mall.
Miami Mall is what I knew it as.
Yeah. So let me show you. I have a picture of what the inside of the Bayside Mall, Bayside Marketplace actually looks like.
I would love to hear the 911 call, which I know we probably don't even have.
I'm sorry, but we do not have any from this. What we do have, though, we have an early on police response calling for units. We have that. But otherwise, nothing else. So here's what the inside of the Bayside Marketplace looks like. Don't look at the flag.
This case just got blown wide open.
There happens to be a flag.
There's an American flag on one side.
And another flag.
Another flag of another controversial nation on the other side.
Ignore that flag. I don't know why it's there. But there are several other flags.
Is that the Chinese flag in the background? Back right there?
I believe there is a Chinese flag. There seems to be a bunch of flags.
Okay.
It's like a representation of international stuff, whatever. It is a little on the nose that America and a certain other nation is right out front beside each other. So I'm not showing you this because of the flags. I'm showing you this because it has no roof.
No. Not much of one.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a combination of a strip mall and a regular mall. So it's built on the inside like a regular mall, all the stores close together, but there's no roof. So it's kind of like semi-outdoor, semi-indoor. This is something that I had no ability to think of because we live in Canada, and this is not possible here. But yeah, so it's like a summertime outside market. Stop looking at the flag. God damn it.
Why did you pick that photo?
The thing is I was like, oh, this is a great photo to show what the inside of the mall looks like. And then afterwards, I was like, it's got the flag in it. And then I was like, I'm going to leave it in and see if he notices. And here's the first thing you looked at.
It's in the middle of the screen.
Isn't that weird? But anyway, this is what the mall looks like. Mm-hmm. So, echoing on the inside, not necessarily possible. Echoing outside, definitely possible. I could definitely see that.
So was this market closed at the time?
No.
What time did this happen?
8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m. on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of conflicting times because lots of people say it was just after midnight on New Year's Day, but I think the times just get concluded because New Year's Day is a very strange day to date.
A classic case of time dilation.
Kind of. But from what I could tell, some sources say just after midnight on New Year's. Some sources say just after midnight, January 2nd, January 1st sort of thing. The most consistent and reliable sources said 8:30 p.m. is when the first calls were coming out. And the thing is this was open. It was jam-packed full of people. Lots of the people were shopping with, like, as I said, like their Christmas money, going out. Like this mall was jam-packed, and also it's right in the center of Miami. It's a very popular place to go. So this wasn't like just some mall on the outside of town, which makes things even weirder.
Those are a bunch of very tall buildings surrounding it too.
Yeah, lots of high rises. So a lot of people saw this, and think about how many people saw this or were involved in this, and how many videos we have of it.
You'd think you'd be able to see the fireworks themselves too, because it's all open.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, quite. A little peculiar.
Now, unfortunately, shootings are quite common in the United States.
So I've heard.
On average, they're about daily down there. But I still think this response is too much for just a shooting. But what do you think?
I mean, there's nothing immediately coming to mind of responses of that size for anything else, really.
No.
Like, how many cops showed up to the Las Vegas shooting?
I'll look it up for you. So for the 2017 Las Vegas shooting, dozens of officers, SWAT members, it just says hundreds of police officers. But the Las Vegas shooting is a weird one, and we do have an episode coming up for that, because that is not the best example of how to deal with a mass shooter.
Does this count as one of my predictions?
We'll see. Here's the thing. With Vegas, it was a shooter on top of a hotel, allegedly, shooting several rounds into thousands of people. Because there's a big country festival going on, right?
Yeah.
So he had a beeline sight to this thing, take people out, no cover, instantly dangerous.
I actually, now that we're talking about it, I have heard several things being like, that doesn't add up at all, and the fire rate and all sorts of stuff. So we won't get too far into it.
And multiple locations and different ammunition for the wrong guns. What? So anyway, they're not talking about that today. We're talking about Miami Mall.
Welcome to our mass shooting cast, where we discuss mass shootings and insult everyone.
Yeah, this episode's going to put us right under. Anyway, so there have been hundreds of officers responding to other shootings. Columbine didn't have this kind of response. As I said before, the Pulse nightclub didn't have this kind of response. So that's what I think is strange about this is, yeah, there are other responses, but this just seemed unnatural. And the thing is that with the Vegas shooting and the Pulse nightclub shooting and all these other terrible tragedies that happened, we have tons of footage. We have video footage. We have body cam footage. We have all sorts of stuff. We have news stories that came out the night of. None of that for this. And the Bayside Mall is covered in security cameras. I Googled. Could not find an actual number, and I think I'm on a list.
Looks flammable. We should go visit.
Now, another weird thing is that 6 blocks surrounding this mall were shut down from the public. But not only that, but the airspace was locked down, and the airports were grounded for 3 hours. Don't know why you need to do that for a shooting at a mall. Also, people reported unmarked black helicopters flying in the night sky, not with spotlights, but just observing, which is strange. I do have some footage for you of the Bayside Miami Mall police outside the mall. And it's the first time I've seen it where it's not potato. Here's the footage for you.
I have never seen so many cops come out as I have right here at Bayside. There's like 400 or 500 kids, basically. It looks like kids, young people. I don't know. They keep getting into fights. They keep getting into brawls at Bayside. And it's the same exact thing that happened 1 year ago today.
I don't think I've seen that video before. You
It
did
is-
say 400 to 500 kids fighting in the mall.
That's all based on estimation. He's looking at people running outside the mall.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we do have videos of kids fighting outside the mall. We have videos of several kids fighting outside the mall. We have one video of kids lighting fireworks outside the mall, and then beating the shit out of a guy who tried to stop them. But here's the thing, is on the outside, kids were getting into fights. We know that. But we have 6 blocks that were shut down. We have police coming out in force, hundreds of police cars. And the other weird part is airspace was locked down and airports were grounded for 3 hours. So there is this image, allegedly, of what airplanes were over the area at the time. Apparently there's just one helicopter that was a police helicopter, but people said that they saw multiple helicopters and that airports were locked down. And now, seeing all of this happening, people at the time looking at all these cops and everything like that, people seeing the fights, it made people really start to question the magnitude of this event. All the people who saw this, they want to see what was going on. And some people have police scanners, so they can see what's going on in their neighborhood. So those who had police scanners turned those on, and they heard nothing. The police had turned off all of their comms. There was no public chatter. That's weird. They never do that.
How do they all know where to go?
So it was, what was called for this was a citywide 3. A citywide 3 is when all departments, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, converge on this event.
Yeah.
So they would still leave their scanners on, but literally every single policeman, every single person of any sort of force is at the mall right now. But the reason that their comms are down, we don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Could it have been a jammer?
Well, that's the thing. Some people may think that something was jammed. Either that, or they went to private channels that couldn't be picked up on the public police scanners. But we don't know. But this is when people started to get worried. This is when people started to really question the magnitude of what was happening here. And while they're questioning what's happening, their power goes out. Power around the entire area was shut down. There were some emergency generators, but we also have this outage map showing that there was a power outage. Very strange.
61,290 homes without power.
Yeah, that's weird. Why would they cut the power to the mall for a shooter?
Now, there's nothing on the map that says like a date or a time.
No, there is not.
I just want to point that out too.
No, there is nothing. This is according to people in the area who looked up the outages.
Yeah.
And that's where things get tough, because there is a lot of local people saying what they saw and not much reporting.
I mean, 61,000 homes power go out. You think that would be a traceable thing?
Right?
I mean, I'm giving it as an outage map, but like I say, I don't know when that is.
No. Here's the thing, is this seems overall a lot more extreme than kids fighting. If they're doing all this stuff. Airports are closed, power is locked down, citywide 3 all converging on one mall. This seems way bigger than that. But the thing is that as all this chaos is happening outside the mall, the true terror of the event was happening on the inside. People inside the mall claim to see 10-foot tall, shadowy alien beings come out from a portal inside the mall. These beings were described as completely black with shadowy essence to them, and they seemed to glide or move unnaturally through the mall. Some said they seemed to glitch from one place to another.
I think they were looking for a lids. Get a nice cap.
Well, allegedly they came out of a clothing store. That's apparently where the portal was. So maybe they turned up in like a J.C. Penney and they were just looking for a lids. There were also claims that federal agents or soldiers in all black were in the mall trying to capture or kill these creatures. Many reported that there were guns being fired on these creatures with little effect. And I know this sounds outlandish.
Sounds like we have a claim of gunfire.
We do have a claim of gunfire. Also, saying that there was, kids letting off fireworks is a good cover for some gunfire. I know this sounds out there, but James, it's not the first time that creatures like this were reported.
Some would say 1 year before to the very day.
No.
Oh.
So in that video, they talked about 1 year before there was a similar fight.
Yeah.
And apparently there were other malls that had a similar event like this within the last few months of this in Houston and Atlanta, I believe. But they didn't get as much coverage as this online. But something similar happened at these malls within the last year. The thing that I thought of when I first heard this story come out back in 2024, I was thinking about another case that happened 8 months prior. And that was in Las Vegas. There was a family that phoned police regarding 8 to 10 foot tall beings that came out of a craft that had landed in their backyard. I have that phone call for you, James.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother, we're working on a truck in our backyard, and we have a big lot outside, right? Correct?
Okay.
We were working, and we just see in a corner of our eye something fall down from the sky, and it was with light. And when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes,
Okay.
like I can't explain it, and big mouth.
So that's the Las Vegas 911 call.
That sounds vaguely familiar. I might have heard it on Instagram or something before.
You've been friends with me for 10 years. You've definitely heard this before. But here's the thing that's weird about this, is the police checked it out, and we have body cam footage. The thing is minutes before this 911 call, police body cam picked up something landing over Las Vegas. What do you think of that, James?
What was in the backyard? I think that initial body cam footage, you'd see something green kind of streaking across the sky.
Yeah.
I would describe it kind of how you'd think like a little meteor would look, but obviously it wasn't, because there's no sonic boom and it was green.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like a little LED flashing light on the bottom of a drone. It was like engulfed in green, like I said, like a meteor would be.
Yeah. But it's weird that would land near Vegas, and then that call would come minutes after. And the thing is that we have the body cam footage until they go into the backyard. Because according to police, they wanted to keep their privacy, and they didn't want to show someone's private space on their body cams. Bullshit. The amount of times you can go on body cam footage and just find them raiding someone's house.
You ever see cops?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They said as soon as they get to the gate, or as soon as they start to go to the backyard, the body cam cuts. People have analyzed the footage and said that you can see the beings in the background moving. I don't want to get too into it, because this will be an episode. The thing is they describe beings very similar to the kind of beings that we saw at the Bayside Mall. They said they were 8 to 10 foot tall alien beings. They had big mouths, big eyes, and they also said they had kind of like a shadowy thing to them. They said this after the fact, not in the first 911 call. But, of course, they couldn't take a picture, but they could draw them.
Perfect. I love an alien drawing.
Feast your eyes.
That's a shadowy alien, all right.
It looks like a shadowy alien.
Very poorly drawn with a stereotypical like gray alien head,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just kind of shaded in with the side of the pencil to make it look shadowy.
I think
And
that's
that's the photo.
I think it's actually shaded in with the finger. But if you look up here, he tried to put the teeth inside the mouth.
Yep.
And over here is his representation of how wide the mouth got with the teeth. Is what he's trying to go after. Strange. So anyway, that's just like within 8 months of each other, we have reports of these strange beings and these weird 8 to 10 foot tall creatures.
What do you think an alien like that needs a big mouth to eat?
I have absolutely no idea. All I know is 8 to 10 foot tall alien creatures were seen within 8 months. And then also 7 foot tall beings were also seen in Peru that summer. So it was a big year for aliens, especially tall ones. But yeah, I think there's just something weird to that we also have other witnesses of other strange creatures. Now, the biggest issue that we have with the Miami Mall aliens is absolutely no footage from inside the mall.
That is a big issue.
We have no CCTV camera footage.
No.
We have no police body cams.
No.
We have no videos from kids' iPhones.
Nope.
We have nothing. There are some videos out there you can see of people running from the mall. I do have those if you want to see them.
I would probably run out of the mall too if there were a bunch of kids shooting off fireworks.
Yeah, good idea.
Or if there were military shooting aliens, I'd probably run out too.
That too. So here's a video of some people running from Bayside Mall.
I mean, yeah, a bunch of kids running from police, essentially.
Basically.
That's not too unusual in itself. Cops show up, everybody scatter.
We also have, I have a very small clip of video of someone trying to get a video inside the mall. And it's the only footage we have from inside the mall at all. That's it. That's all we have.
Do we know that was inside the mall?
We do know that was inside the mall. That was footage that was played, well, at least on news sites, that was footage inside the mall. A lot of news reports would play like videos of people fighting, kids fighting inside the mall, but that footage is the only most legitimate footage I could find from inside the mall.
It's a 4-second clip of some guy fumbling his phone. It doesn't show anything.
Yeah. And the thing is that there are a lot of videos you'll find online of like portals opening up and it's blurry CCTV camera footage. That one's really popular. That one was made for like a short film type of deal. That's not the Miami Mall. There's another one of alleged shadow beings on a phone that's probably a twice baked potato. It's the worst recording I've ever seen.
Standing out there on the front sidewalk.
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, they're inside the mall.
Mm.
And again, that's just like a separate film. And both of those I think were filmed in Japan.
Right.
So they aren't the Miami Mall. Don't believe those. Here's the thing: is apparently anyone who tried to film inside the mall or anything towards these beings, their phones would cut out. They would glitch up and just die. And anyone who happened to get any sort of footage of these things, as soon as they went outside, they were met with an armed police officer who would take their phone, delete whatever was on it, and then give it back to them. And now that does sound like a crazy thing. Like, oh, these police are just going to stop kids and delete everything off their phone. We have no footage. And there was a lot of policemen there.
We do have no footage, but it does sound like a crazy thing as well. Because you have to convince a bunch of kids to hand over their phones unlocked to cops. I don't see that happening. The cops going to have to be diligent enough to delete that and then go into recently deleted and then delete it from there. And then not one single person does any data recovery on their phone afterwards to get it back from there. Because that's all still possible. It's like 3 steps of recovery you can do.
Yes, but I'm thinking it's not like the typical go through your phone, delete it. I think they had something to scan it. I think they had some sort of thing to get through it. Why would they do it like that?
Like I say, it's hard to believe that they did do it like that.
But there was a lot of policemen there. And honestly, if you're a kid and you're getting told to hand your phone over and you have a gun in your face, you might give your phone up.
Maybe.
Here's the thing, is saying that the police officers are stopping these kids or whoever's inside the mall and deleting everything on their phone is just as crazy as there's no footage from inside the mall. Right.
It's also crazy to say that you had 200 cops there pointing guns at kids saying, give me your phone.
It's also crazy saying,
Especially when there's buildings all around there that could have filmed them doing that.
yes, it's also crazy saying that there was aliens inside the mall. It's also crazy saying that there was 50 kids fighting and only 4 of them were arrested. And it's also crazy saying that we have absolutely no video of anything. We don't have any body cam footage. We don't have any promo footage. We have no CCTV camera footage, and it's been 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's all very inconvenient if you ask me.
In my opinion, no matter which way you look at it, skeptical or as a believer,
It's all just speculation.
it's all speculation, and it's all weird no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
No matter what you believe, there's something strange here, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't add up. World Star exists. You can see kids fighting all the time on that. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me that there's absolutely no footage of it. And now, this brings me on my next part of this, is we just talked about, no footage from anywhere. People would say, hey, there is footage. Look at this. Here's some kids fighting. Here's some kids letting off fireworks. Here's some kids running away from the scene, causing trouble. But all of it's outside the mall. None of it's from inside. And from what I know about, PsyOps and how CIA likes to get involved with protests, all those peaceful protests that happen all the time, that get violent, it's usually...
Never happened.
Never happened?
I've never once seen a peaceful protest on the news with the car burning in the background.
No, it never happens. Here's the thing, is lots of those are usually instigated by CIA agents. They'll go out and they'll put pallets of bricks there on purpose. They'll get people riled up, and they'll start wrecking stuff.
They do have a bad track record of that.
There's a lot of videos like that.
And a very consistent track record.
It happens a lot. It's it's a thing that the CIA is open about that they have done. If you look back in the 1950s, 60s, 70s,
Provocateurs.
Theodore Roosevelt's grandson was the reason he started all this hate with Iran. He was inside on Iran trying to cause debauchery. And he made this little, I don't know all the details off the top of my head because it's not in front of me and I haven't researched it in a while. But basically, he got several groups to play as mobs or different groups fighting for things. Some that were really anti-Muslim, some that were really anti-democracy, all different opinions. And it started movements with the people, when all the original movements were actually paid off by the CIA to get them to fight, to overthrow this new leader they didn't like. And it worked. And it was the establishment of every issue we have today.
Yes.
With the United States and the Middle East. It actually started with that.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they go out and say, now this was a practice back in the 1950s and 1970s, but we would never do that ever again. You would never do something that works almost 100% of the time ever again.
As the world's currently falling apart.
They're still doing that. They're still doing that all the time. So, you see a bunch of kids outside while something stressful has happened inside. Not saying it's aliens, but something strange inside or something stressful, something that hasn't been disclosed to the public. Get them riled up, get them fighting. Kids are emotional. They'll start fighting. They'll start causing problems. Give a kid a firework. I could see it happening. I could see them causing trouble just because, it gets them riled up to do so.
I don't know if you need the CIA for that.
I don't think you do, but I'm saying that there's a practice that can be used from other higher up governments. Police plant things on people all the time to arrest them. You can't say that they can't do this. If they were involved in what was happening in here and they knew what was actually going on, you don't think they would, try this out, see what happens. You know what I mean?
I mean, it depends what we think was going on. Are you saying that there was aliens and fireworks?
Well, we do have videos of fireworks being lit.
Right.
We have one video of one firework being lit outside the mall.
Right.
Okay.
After the police show up or before?
Here's the weird part about this. Is at the time, we heard in that video I showed you earlier, the kids are fighting outside, but there wasn't much media coverage on this. It was all whoever was in the high rises outside of it, being like, what the hell? Why is there so many cop carriers on here? And it blew up because it went all over TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, right? But there was very little media coverage on it. They didn't want to talk about it. And when they finally show all that footage of the firework outside, of the kids running, of all this stuff, it was about a week after the initial event when we first saw all this footage. Not saying that it happened after this sort of thing, but we didn't get that footage until a little while after. So I don't know why they would do that. And again, not saying that it's aliens inside the mall, but I could see something bad happening inside the mall that they don't want to disclose to the public. Because the police were quieted down and told not to talk about this. If you ask police today, they don't talk about what happened at Bayside Marketplace. Or they go with it was kids fighting, which, maybe it was, but I don't think so.
If it was kids fighting, they'd show us some proof of kids fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show me a video of kids fighting inside the mall. This whole thing would be debunked. But they don't. Now, we have no cameras inside the mall, as said. But we do have cameras outside the mall. And some claim that something was walking amongst the police cars that was not human. And it looked far too tall to be a person.
Your wording made me think of that lady on the plane that I forgot about.
That fucker is not real. Yeah, that's another episode.
You hear they replaced her?
Yeah. Did I hear it? Yeah, of course I did. They replaced her. Who are you talking to?
After all that, turns out she's not real.
Okay, James. Here is a video, or a clip of the video, of whatever was outside the Bayside Mall. Feast your eyes.
Surveillance footage has ever been released to confirm the official story of the chaos, leading many to believe there may be some truth to the alien.
So upsetting.
It is, isn't it?
Saying a smudge would be a disservice. It's a slight opaque blur in a blurry background of fuzz because it's been zoomed in.
Okay.
You can't see anything. You see a slight opaque movement.
Okay. Yes.
And that's all you can see.
Yes. I'm going to shut this down for everyone right now. That video is not real. Or it's real, but it's been tampered with heavily. So the original footage was reversed and it was unblurred. And it was obviously 3 policemen walking side by side. However, it got reversed and then blurred, so it looked a little off, enough so that people on TikTok would believe it in the 8 seconds they watch it.
Or best and brightest.
That video has been tampered with, and it's confirmed that it has been tampered with. And I never really thought it was. Like, at most, I was like 50-50, like, maybe, I don't know, I haven't looked into it. After looking into it, it's a tampered video, it's just 3 policemen. Don't worry about it. But even with that video being bullshit, we still have this other weird stuff all around this. Like, in your mind's eye, what are you thinking right now about this case? Because all of it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. I'm kind of torn and all over the place as well. It could really be anything at this point. You do have a stupid police presence there. You do have kids running out of the mall. You do have a video of a guy from across the street there filming and showing a bunch of kids out there in front of it. You allegedly have the power outage and the no-fly zone or whatever. I really had no idea. What we don't have is like any actual footage, which is crazy. We don't have body cams, which they would show if it was just kids fighting. Don't have security camera. We do have a single cell phone video from across the street. Other than that, there's nothing. That 4-second clip of some kid somewhere doesn't count as anything. I don't know.
Yeah. The only real videos we got were outside the mall or in high rises really far away from the mall.
And there's vehicles everywhere parked. There's still a couple cars on the street, and it's like not even like on the same ground level as the cops video of all the cops. There's just nothing. How does that happen?
There is some sparing video of people in the cars outside the mall, but that's as close as we got. There's people outside of the police cars on the ground.
Yeah.
And filming the police cars. And that's the most we got. But as soon as you break that police wall, there's nothing. Which is weird.
Kind of wonder how that alien in Panama is doing. Anybody released into the water?
Crazy how that just stopped, huh?
Well, he released it. What do you mean?
What happened?
We saw the entire journey.
But I just.
And do you remember what I said?
What?
We'll either hear about that in a couple of years or we won't.
You were right. It was a very broad guess, but you were correct. You could be a psychic.
Yeah. It's either going to become a very big problem or we'll never worry about it again.
That's a great way to guess things. Either the biggest possible thing that happens or the littlest possible thing that happens, and saying somewhere between there.
The guy released an alien into the wild. That's literally the options.
Yeah. We'll find out when all the native species die, or maybe just a snake eats it and doesn't care. Maybe it was just a benign creature.
That could very well be it too.
Who knows? In the coming days, this story exploded. all over social media, with people claiming that the official story was a lie. Many started to go down deep dive rabbit holes on what actually could have happened during this. One of the biggest questions was, why the Bayside Mall? It seemed random. There's nothing strange or spiritual about this mall. There's no known conspiracy theories around this mall.
Do you know what there is, though?
What?
Longitudinal and latitudinal lines that line up with Antarctica if you get them backwards.
Well, the coordinates at first appeared to be nothing special. But as you said, swap them, brother. Once the coordinates were reversed, James, you are correct. They took us right to the center of Antarctica.
Woo! Larry Bird, back at it again. Admiral Bird, back at it again.
Episode we did with Matt from Paranormal Directive 13, James got Larry Bird mixed up with Admiral Bird. And it was something. And I'm not letting him live it down.
Nobody told me I was wrong.
We just laughed because it was so out there. You're just like reincarnation of Larry Bird. It's like, why not? So, as you know, James, Antarctica is an extremely strange place. It's also extremely protected. The airspace is prohibited across the center of the Antarctic, and many regions you are not allowed to explore, which only fuels the flames of many conspiracy theories surrounding Antarctica, like ancient civilizations under the ice, the entrance to the center of the Earth where the Nazis escaped after World War II, secret government and extraterrestrial experiments, the list goes on and on. All the most extreme stuff leads you back to Antarctica.
And the thing, that was recorded in Antarctica, right?
Yes, it was. The thing is based in Antarctica as well. Here's the thing. A theory was proposed. Was this a mistake? Were these beings attempting to go to Antarctica, but made an error? We're all human, except them, I guess. But turns out mistakes aren't held to one species. What do you think of the Antarctica longitude-latitude conspiracy?
I think that's something we can fact check right now.
I have fact-checked it.
I want to do it right now.
Do it.
What's this mall called again?
Bayside Marketplace.
Bayside Marketplace. The coordinates are 25.777256528399988 and minus 80.1848093465018. And they do take you to Antarctica.
Nailed it, brother! Isn't that weird?
It definitely leads some credence to the theory.
That's what I thought. Antarctica's a weird place. All these conspiracies surrounding this were getting out of hand, especially once it hit Antarctica. Once it hits that, TikTokers have a field day. Okay, it's all over the place. That's clickbait central. Antarctica or Appalachia. That gets the TikTok views. It became such a big issue that the media and the Miami Police Department needed to respond. On January 5th, 2024, the Miami Police Department had to respond, and news stories started to come out making fun of the whole situation. I have videos of those for you.
I love a good clowning of an incident.
So here is the police response from January 5th, 2024.
Guys, so just to address a few clips that are going viral on social media right now. First, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for that call to contain that crowd. Now, there is now video going viral of 8 to 10 foot aliens walking around Bayside. Is actually just a person walking with a shadow. So I can confirm to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace at the moment. So it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
I'm convinced.
Are you convinced?
The alien music really helped persuade me.
That's what bothers me. Is the media will always play the alien music or the X-Files music and then very tongue-in-cheek like, it's not an alien. Sorry, you thought you saw little green men. When there's a lot of people that actually see something. Like the phrase, I don't know if he said it here, I don't think he said it here, but the phrase little green men was a phrase made by the media to make alien reports seem dumb. That's known. And the way they play the alien music and they have the smiley young cop just nonchalant telling you what happened without any video or proof, mind you, is just the same sort of thing. And then he puts the little cartoon alien beside him, giving him the Spock, you know. We have that video of them coming out and just kind of tongue-in-cheek being like, there was no aliens. By the way, when he had said, no aliens for now, at the Bayside Mall, it's like, okay, whatever you say.
Prove it.
Exactly. Show us something. Tell me why there was kids fighting. Show me the kids fighting. That's all.
Blur their faces and show us the fucking fireworks.
If someone had that footage, I would be like, done, set,
Yeah, like
done.
one of them in a 10-second AI clip. Anything.
Yeah, anything. I would convince me. I'd be like, yeah, done. Not even a big deal anymore.
Other than that one video a week later or whatever of the firework you said.
I can show you that too. This is a news clip from NBC South Florida.
A massive police response at Bayside on New Year's Day. Videos posted all over social media Monday night show dozens of police officers swarming the area after the call initially came in as an active shooter. According to arrest reports, police say a large group of teens started causing a riot inside the mall and were lighting loud fireworks. They were entering businesses possibly armed with sticks, causing damage inside stores, and just creating panic for people inside Bayside.
Like, the craziest thing is it's all so plausible. Like, all that, like, and the explanations could be plausible if they could just back it up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like if you show, like we literally just said this, but show me a body cam footage, a security cam footage of something that happened, like, then I would buy it, like,
yeah, fully. This wouldn't be an episode if they showed us one piece of footage from that.
This would be the perfect cover up if you could just not cover up, but like, this is the easiest one to just wash away.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's New Year's Day with an active shooter, large presence, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Show us.
Also, it's been 2.5 years. No names. We have no names from anyone that was involved in the fights. We have no names from anyone who was arrested. We have no charges, as far as I can tell.
What about those 4 kids that went to court? I mean, I know that they're not going to release the names because they're minors, but like...
Okay, what's stupid is that they say that.
Yeah.
We knew who the Columbine shooters were instantly. They were minors. We knew
they
who
killed people.
We know still they're shooters, allegedly. You know, at the beginning, even people want to know the names. You know, we had a shooting in BC last year.
Yeah.
Or was it this year? I think it was this year.
We've had a few shootings recently.
Yeah. They released the names the next day. All right? So, it just does not make sense to me that absolutely no names were released. You know? Like, 2.5 years later, no one in that group that was fighting has come out and said anything. There hasn't been a single rebuttal from anyone who was involved. The only rebuttals we get are from the media, which I don't trust, by the way, if you haven't gathered that information, and police.
Why would the media lie to us, Jake?
I don't know, James. I have no idea why the media would lie to us. You know what? That completely changed my perspective. I'm just going to follow every single thing they tell me blindly.
You'll be happier.
You probably will.
Taxes aren't going up. You're crazy. The prices of everything is not going up. You're
Taxes
crazy.
aren't theft. Yeah, no, it's stupid. But we still have no videos. And there's 50 kids involved, okay? 4 individuals arrested. We have no names, no mugshots, no trial dates, no charges. By the way, they said no one was injured, not a single injury. There were fights. There's gonna be a black eye, unless all of them missed all their punches.
They ain't no snitches.
We saw a guy get jumped in one of those videos who wasn't involved in the fights. That was the guy who got jumped at the 7-Eleven who got a bottle thrown at him. That doesn't count as an injury? They just said no injuries. You shoot a firework at someone, they're gonna get burned. No injuries. No damage to the area? Nothing?
Nothing.
It's mind-bogglingly stupid. I just think, like I say, the absence of evidence isn't always the evidence of absence. The fact that there's nothing is what makes this weird. And the fact that police weren't allowed to speak on the matter, and still really don't, they just kind of run the company line of, it was fights. which I would agree with if they showed us anything. But most people were not satisfied with the media coverage or with this explanation. And they still said that they were covering up the truth, including a man that we know as Fitz, who was allegedly at the mall when all this took place. And Fitz has something that no one else has.
A gun.
No, not a gun. Footage. Fitz says that he had footage.
Is Fitz his real name?
It's his name he goes by on TikTok. Fitz claims he has footage because he is really into vintage 90s stuff. And he carries around a VHS camcorder wherever he goes. I have his confession for you, my friend.
About like a few seconds later, as soon as we start running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us and then we see these 3, 9, 10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew. Everyone, all of us stopped in our track. We, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. There were other people running. There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever. It looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, I was about like 20 feet away. Because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And, they're tall. So we all just like looked at them. They were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly like observing us. It was sentient, right? Like, or whatever. I don't know, but, it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd. And then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, like, kind of like it started like almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother like immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Cause like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on WorldStar or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different.
Okay, so a couple things I noticed. At the beginning there, he said, his autistic nephew said blanky or whatever. They turned around and saw the beans there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't mention anything about hearing fireworks. He just knew that there were a crowd of people running and then essentially joined in.
Mm-hmm.
Near the end here, he says that he saw some glitchy thing and thought they came through a portal. So I was like, did he see them there or did he see them come through the portal?
Well, he also distinctively said that he had no footage, but that's where he's wrong about his own saying, because I have footage from him here.
He's also looking to his right about 60% of the time. He probably heard something. Like, I don't think I could speak for 5 minutes about something without having points written down somewhere, but...
Well, here's the footage that he didn't get that he has now. Feast your eyes. Convinced yet?
I don't know how I feel about that video there.
All right.
I'm not even convinced that's the same guy.
All right. It is the same guy.
Okay.
That is true. Here's the thing.
The rap music on top, the whole... He looks like he tried to make a little music video clip out of something on a tiny little... What do you call it? CRT TV? A little tiny little tube TV you'd have in like a bedroom.
Yeah.
The one that's like a foot wide by 10 inches tall. And it was just some weird clips with some like... Seemed like filter type static. Like that was a filter he put over it. And then a slow-mo of 3 aliens walking side by side. Just some badass music.
Music was badass.
It was, but it didn't help the case of that being a real video.
Nah, but it made it dope.
It was dope, for real. He also, if that was his footage that he took of 3 aliens, he was right in front of them, just filming up at them.
Here's the thing, James. I don't believe Fitz for a second.
No.
And this is where our audience is going to start hating me and turning our show off.
They already hate us.
They hate
Other than that one guy. What's his name again?
Watch him burn.
Watch him burn. You've been our number 1 commenter lately. Thank you.
Dude.
We love you. What a roller coaster.
Watch him burn is the man, dude. I look forward to his comments all the time.
We'd love to fly down and meet you one day, wherever you are.
As long as you don't skin us, then I think we'll be okay. Anyway, back to this. This is where everyone's going to start turning off the podcast, so I'm going to start telling you some truth bombs. Fitz is an aspiring filmmaker. He says that himself. In fact, in November of 2024, he came out and said he made the entire thing up to get noticed more, to get the clout, which he said, by the way, he said on his video, don't ignore the other videos because it's just people trying to get clout. That's what he was trying to do to get noticed for filmmaking.
Yeah.
And his story just advances from here. So like he'll have videos of like black cars following him. He had a video of his apartment exploding and a helicopter chasing him. It's just crazy stuff.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Well, actually, no, I'll get to that. Here's the thing. Aspiring filmmaker claims that he had a VHS tape on him, but initially claimed he didn't take any video. And his story changes every minute he's speaking. Like he's advancing it, like he's making it up as he goes.
Like he's those guys that were making crop circles in the UK.
They're just advancing their story as everything expands. So I don't believe a single thing Fitz says. And a lot of people will be like, but they mentioned Fitz in the UFO congressional hearings. Lots of people spread that video around. They have Commander Fravor, the guy who witnessed the Tic Tac UFO, speaking in the congressional hearing, saying that Fitz has tapes pertinent to the Bayside Mall encounter. It's AI. You can tell it's AI.
AI or CGI?
AI. It's one of those things they did. Remember when the first AI came out where they would match the mouse?
Yeah.
They do like the deep fake thing. It's one of those. So if you watch the video, everyone instantly believes it because it's Daniel Fravor in congressional hearings and it looked pretty real at the time. It was when those things were first time coming out.
Definitely doesn't help Fravor's case for his own stuff, but we'll get there.
It's different. But anyway, but when you watch it though, the body movement doesn't match his lips. So like, you know how someone talks, their bodies move with the words, how they speak. Body language. His body language does not match what he's saying. Like he'll look up and look to the side as he's saying something in a very odd point. It's AI, it's been overdubbed, and it's deep fake. And there's another one with a woman coming out talking about the congressional hearing in like one of those State of the Address things. And she says, this is like a really detrimental thing to our society and it's classified and it's dangerous. People believe that too. It's also a deep fake. And the thing is that this got very popular very fast. And a lot of people jumped right on it. Trending, brother. And that's where we get to the biggest issue. A lot of our sources for this case come from TikTok. About 95% of them. And I know I'm on TikTok, but not like the rest of the TikTokers.
Hey, I'm still proud to say I've never once been on TikTok.
You're a lucky man. But as someone who tries to honestly investigate the high strangeness and paranormal stuff, it is amazing how many stupid, misinformed, disingenuous grifters you will find on TikTok. It's insane. What's even more insane is there are stupid people that believe these stupid people. And many people who came out to claim they were at the
That's
mall.
how you get politics, baby.
That's why I stay in my basement.
Everyone's lying and everyone's an idiot.
That's it. That's basically
Not me,
it.
though. I know what I'm talking about.
Not this guy.
All my beliefs are hard rooted in facts.
The Earth is flat. Frogs are gay.
Larry Bird flew to Antarctica. Maybe we can get Larry Bird on the podcast.
Probably not. If we get Larry Bird on the podcast, I'll drink a beer.
That's not going to mean much to most people, but
Oh, sorry.
that means a lot to me.
I'm straight edge. I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs, which helps my credibility, by the way. Here's the thing. Many people who came out to claim that they were there said days after that they were just playing. Some of them actually had never even been to Florida. There was one guy that, there's a very popular paranormal investigator guy on YouTube. His name's Groovy Gavin. And he's a funny guy. He makes nice videos. But he had this guy on who was allegedly at the mall. The biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And he just looked dumb as fuck. I wanted to punch him through my phone. He claimed that he was there because he was trying to steal shoes, which is great. That's a great reason to be there. Apparently, he ran out of the shoe store with the shoes as somebody was trying to chase them. And he turned around and saw something undescribable, this amazing creature thing in the mall, and people were screaming. And when Groovy Gavin asked him, could you describe the creature? And he went, no, man, because of trauma memory. And that was it.
Thanks, Gavin.
So
not very groovy.
Gavin goes two places and actually puts on the feet on the ground, actually investigates places. And I respect him for that. But unfortunately, he has to delve through guys himself. And man, he has more patience than I do.
Oh, sorry. No, that wasn't groovy. That wasn't Groovy Gavin.
No, this is a guy he found who allegedly was there.
Right. My bad. I apologize, Gavin. Still groovy.
So here's the thing: is that even when Gavin was on the phone, was like, I don't believe that guy, because he literally was like, I couldn't describe it to you because of my trauma memory. These are people who don't understand what trauma is or how it works. You can still describe something. So no, lots of that's bullshit. That footage, bullshit. Fitz, it's bullshit. The only weird thing about Fitz is he did disappear. No one knows where Fitz is. He disappeared at the end of 2024.
Rip.
I don't know where he is or what he's doing or anything like that. He could have just, if we've seen this before with TikTok.
Making movies in the sky.
We see a lot of guys who make TikToks and stuff and make this thing where they have to disappear. And then they disappear. And that's kind of where it ends because they made the story. So there's a few accounts that have done that. So I just think he just did that and left.
If I moved to Saskatchewan, that'd be like I disappeared. If I just stopped posting.
Yeah.
No one there knows who I am.
And
no one would know that I'm there.
And then leave it a mystery, and then people will talk about you forever.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the case with a lot of these people. It became a huge topic of conversation. People crave attention. People crave the popularity and the fame. And they started lying about a trending story. And that is a great way to receive your clout. Also, people's descriptions of the creatures were all different. So some said they were silvery. Some said that they were your typical gray. Some say that they wore garments like people. The only thing that was consistent was the height and the appendages being really long. And how slender they were. And eventually the story kind of started to settle on glitchy shadow beings. Eventually that started to gain more popularity and you saw all the stories start to twist to be like, it's more of a shadow creature. More of a 10-foot tall shadow creature.
Yeah.
And that's when people were like, all right, that's the story. And they started going with that.
Fitz also said it had lips.
Yes, they changed.
Distinctly said lips.
Yes, they change all the time. The thing is that, again, people said it on shadow glitchy beings, and that's where they went with. Now, just because this is definitely a possibility that a lot of people were just lying and it got way out of hand, it doesn't take away how strange this case is. And because of how strange this case is, we have many, many theories on it. And I got those theories here for you.
Perfect.
Theory number 1. Mass hysteria. One person hears a firework go off. They begin screaming. They start running down the halls. Other people see other people screaming. They start running down the halls. Everyone's running out of the mall, screaming, but they don't know why. Coupled by a large police presence and no answers, making it seem strange. And then the theory starts popping up on the internet that it was something strange, like an alien, creating a mass hysterical event. That's one theory. Could be.
Could be.
but I'm iffy on mass hysteria. I think internet-wise, it could have been mass hysteria. I think a lot of people just took this and ran with it on the internet. But I don't know what happened in the actual mall. Theory number 2. It was a prank. Theories range from tall mannequins with garments on them to someone actually putting a hologram in there and causing these things to grow in the middle of the mall, and then people overreacting to all these things happening. There are some reports that people said they saw someone place something in the mall, and then this device projected holograms or opened a portal. They're not sure. However, lots of those theories are Men in Black did it. So I don't know how how real those theories are, and they also come from Reddit. So don't know what to make of that one.
If it was the Men in Black, they could have just erased everyone's memories.
Fictional, James. Theory number 4. Alien shadow beings that took a wrong turn. This goes with the fact that everyone saw shadowy, glitchy beings followed by strange men in black armored suits rounding up the creatures. Possibly, it also helps that the coordinates reversed takes you right to Antarctica. That's weird, you can't just gloss over that. So there is something to that. Also, the lack of footage makes a sane argument and an insane argument both viable, because we got nothing. Here's the most outlandish theory. It was the Nephilim.
Oh yeah.
2024 was said to be the end times. Lots of people predicted terrible things to happen in 2024. Well, it's kind of been every year since like 2008, but you know what? That's a fair guess. Lots of people...
Some would say 2007 wasn't that good either. Is that when the financial crisis was? 2007?
2008.
Oh, that was 2008?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
2007, Halo 3 came out. That was a great year. So some people think that it was the Nephilim returning as a sign of the end times. Maybe. I'm not a religious man. I more think that Nephilim might have been alien beings. But lots of people do lean towards that theory, that people who think that aliens are demons, that this could have been the Nephilim returning. Why they return at a Miami mall, I will never know. Out of all those theories, what are you thinking about those, James? Or do you have your own theory?
No, I don't think I really have my own here, that it wouldn't line up with one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of torn between aliens showed up and got rounded up and hysteria.
Yeah. It's weird that those are the two things that I'm thinking of too. Because both are just as viable at the moment with the lack of evidence.
Yeah. If there's no reason it has to be this up in the air.
No.
Unless it's true.
Some people say that there was like something like a really bad bomb threat or something that happened at the mall. But even that would go on the news. We had a chemical leak a few weeks ago at one of our local pools, and that was on the news.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
At Crystal Pool. I could see something really dangerous not being reported on initially, but it would be reported on eventually. And I do not believe the kids fighting thing. I'm sorry. There was 50 kids fighting, not a single video. Only 4 of them were arrested and there was no injuries. I don't think so. But with that, James?
Yep.
That is all I have for you on the Miami Mall aliens. It's still a very ambiguous story, and it didn't really have an end. The media just stopped talking about it and hoped that we would, and lots of people just stopped talking about it.
Like everything else.
Like everything else.
Even super specific things that people said they were never going to stop talking about.
Yeah. Hi, Jeffrey. I didn't forget.
Hey, Jeffrey, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Remember when that was a big issue? Then America bombed Iran, and then they all forgot about it.
Yeah. Venezuela, Iran, alien files.
And then the alien files are flares.
The distractions won't work as they worked. Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, basically. Do you have any final thoughts on the Miami Mall aliens?
Just disappointment.
Disappointment? I'm sorry.
Not in you. Not in the stuff you showed me. It's just disappointment in there not being more.
There is a story that was put out by Sam Tripoli, it was like this big long story about how the police officers were in the mall and everything was frozen and people were bleeding out of their eyes and ears and stuff like that. But it was a fake story because Sam Tripoli posted it, And that guy's a comedian and television writer who believes in every conspiracy theory and is a big believer in the Montauk Project, specifically the story that's bullshit. So I don't trust anything he says.
Fair.
Yeah. Also, he's gone on several podcasts and said stories that I've done research on. I'm like, you glossed over all of that with so much wrong information.
Sam Tripoli, if you would like to come on and defend yourself, we welcome that.
Yeah, come on. Sure. Why not?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you do, but I hear it's controversial.
To me. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, James. Are you ready to go to conclusions?
Yep.
Let's do it. So today, James, on the case of the Miami Mall aliens, we have the biggest police presence and response in Miami's history. We have no videos. We have no CCTV camera footage. We have no body cam footage. We allegedly have a power blackout and restricted airspace, and also police comms being shut off, which is very strange. But of course, all of these things are more reported from locals and from people who said they were there. So, pinch of salt on them. However, it is strange that still to this day, we have nothing from inside the mall. We have no injuries from the alleged fights that broke out. We have 4 arrests from the 50 kids that were allegedly doing this, and their names are still not out there. But of course, we also have kids letting off fireworks that could have been mistaken as gunshots. But it's still strange that there is absolutely no footage from anywhere at the time. So James, on our scale from 1 to 5. 1, I'm an idiot. 2, you're skeptical. 3, you're on the fence. 4, there's something strange here. 5, the Miami Mall was invaded by 10-foot-tall, shadowy, glitchy alien beings. Where do you come down to today?
On a scale of 1 to 50, hey? For 50 episodes. Coming down to a 40, brother.
Let's go, brother! I'm a 40 as well! Fuck yeah!
Something strange happening.
Something strange happened!
Otherwise, they'd release the video.
Yeah, exactly!
Like a single one of them.
They released one 5-second video. It would prove it that something happened, but they don't. They don't debunk themselves. And I think something strange happened at the Miami Mall.
And you know the best part? If they did release something today, it's fake.
Yeah, AI, brother.
Yeah.
It's done. They waited for that. They're going to wait for AI to get so good that it's even more indistinguishable than it is now, and then they'll release something. And they'll be like, is it aliens? Probably fake.
They're already releasing videos of flares on parachutes.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, I agree. Something weird happened at the Miami Mall. I'm glad for our 50th episode I got you over the fence. I'm glad that we finally got to do this. And if I get anything more on this, I promise I will bring it to you.
Yo, imagine if you did something unbelievable like Bigfoot for the 50th episode.
We just got over this. Let's not go back. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. We got James over the fence on the Miami Mall aliens, and I think that there was at least something strange that went down here. If you like what we're doing here, please follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The link is in the description of every episode. That's where you get all the case photos and all the updates on the show. If you enjoy what we're doing, please rate and follow on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. It really goes a long way. And if you really like what we're doing, head to our Patreon. You can get bonus episodes there, and you get the ability to vote on your believability on each episode. Also, we now have merch. Go to our Shopify store. You can buy a Dark Docent t-shirt. And also, don't forget, share with your friends. Word of mouth is the best advertisement, and it is free. And if you have any case ideas, if I missed something and you want to politely tell me that I did, or if you have evidence from your own cases, you can email us at darkdocentpod@gmail.com. With that, James, any words to the wise?
If you work with NASA or propulsion systems, just keep someone around you at all times so you don't go missing.
Wise words from a wiser man. We'll see you on the next one, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.